Ashish here. Welcome to the FPL X God podcast for your Game Weekly OD of XG. So, I had quite a few green arrows this week, as expected after a wildcard, but still good game week, some last minute changes, but quite happy with my team. Let's see how we did today, and along with that, I'm going to look at one term called effective ownership. It will be quite handy in today's episode. I will explain later why, but we all know we are captaining Kane, and I'll explain why effective ownership comes into play. So, before I go on to the tool of the day, you need to figure out how to find your FPL ID. On the points page, if you see the URL, there will be a number after the word entry. That is your FPL ID. That is used in a website such as livefpl.net. This website provides you with many things such as price changes and transfer planner, but the thing we will be looking at today is the main live page. This live rank page first requires you to put in your team ID, and then it has all your data. It helps you with so many things. Here they compare your points, your players, and your rank to people who are near your rank, the overall, and the top 10k. Top 10k is essential because they are basically the people who have good luck, they have been playing the best, and they are the active players. They know what changes to make, and they have been making changes without fail. So it's good to know where you stand among those people. There are many other things such as like how many points till top 10k, what is the safety score for you to not lose rank, what was your rank change from the previous time, how template is your team. But the thing we will be looking at today is effective ownership. If you go on FPL Twitter and other places where you just find FPL stats, you will see the term EO used extensively. EO is effective ownership. So if you see last week, here it says Jesse Lingard had effective ownership of 62.12%. That basically means that, let's say 50% of the people own Jesse Lingard. And no one captains him. So his effective ownership is 50. But if all 50 captain him, his effective ownership is 100. The reason I'm telling you about effective ownership today is because of Harry Kane. This is a double game week, and Harry Kane is owned by like 98% people in the top 10k. Everyone is captaining him, and some are even triple captaining him. That means his effective ownership can be over 200%. Don't get scared. It does mean that if his effective ownership is over 200%, everything Kane does will result you in losing rank even if you have him as captain. That doesn't mean you do not captain him. He is clearly the best choice. You may take a punt on someone like a Son who has a double game week, but I cannot look past Kane. There's a reason everyone's captaining him. It's because he's the best player this week. He has a double against Southampton and Everton, both relatively weak defenses, and Kane has a very good record against both. I'm definitely captaining Kane. I would not worry too much about effective ownership, but you should always know what that means and how that affects your rank. But my suggestion would still be going with Harry Kane, but Son is a very good differential punt if you just want to gain rank and boost up your rank in the mini leagues. Let's move on to the teams now. So we finally get to my team. This is what I did last week. I got 62 points. I'm very happy that none of my bench players got points. I did not miss out on anyone. My only regret would be the last minute change from Lingard to Mount. But other than that, I'm very happy with all the decisions I made. Moving on to the upcoming week. I've already made 2 changes. I've spoken about this. I hate waiting for price rises and not getting them before. So I just changed Mount to Lingard, and I just saw that Son was just about to go up, so I've already made the change from Sterling to Son. Sterling to Son was always going to happen, but I just did not want to miss out on Lingard anymore. I made that error last week, but I've corrected it. Let's hope I have no further issues. If you look at the fixtures, all my players are playing. They're very, very good. I have a Chelsea clean sheet against Brighton, Wolves clean sheet against Sheffield, Luke Shaw against Burnley, and I'm still not sure about my third defender. I have a choice between Masuaku against Newcastle, Holding against Fulham, and Phillips against Leeds. Phillips and Holding do not offer that much attacking return, so I'm not too keen on them for this week. Holding is playing in a derby, and derby just produces goals, so I'm not that keen for that. And Leeds just score a lot, so I do not want to risk having a clean sheet over there. Masuaku provides very, very good attacking threat, although he might go back to left back now that Cresswell is injured, but that does not diminish his attacking returns, and I would still like to have him. As for the midfield, everyone has nice fixtures, and my forwards, if it was a single game week, I might have captained a person like Salah, who's playing Leeds, and he scored a hat-trick in the first game week against them. But Tottenham are playing a double, Everton and Southampton. I have to go for Harry Kane. There's no doubts about that. I already explained the effective ownership of Harry Kane, but I still think he's the best player, and I will bank on him to perform. I have no issues with that. Son is a good differential pick given he's my only other Tottenham player, but I cannot look past Harry Kane. He is the best striker in the league, and in a double, I have to back him. Now, moving on to some transfers that the world is making and that you should be looking at and for buying and avoiding. I've sorted it by ownership over here. Not ownership, I've sorted by number of transfers in this round. For example, Dallas. Dallas does not have good fixtures. If you see, Dallas just played a City game where he scored, but he plays Liverpool, United, and Brighton and Tottenham next. Those aren't the best defensive fixtures. Yes, he does provide attack, but I will not trade any of my defenders for Dallas right now. Trent, Reguilon, Shaw, Cody, Semedo, all these guys make sense. Reguilon has a double game week, and Ben Davies is out, so I don't think they have any other left back, and Reguilon should be a very good option. As for the mids, I did remove Mason Mount. I have a very good midfield. I had to let go of someone, and Mason Mount had to make way. As for Matheus Pereira, is a very good cheap differential pick. He is performing very well right now, but he is known to blow hot and cold. Jared Bowen would be my preferred differential pick for anyone out there. He is playing centre forward. Michail Antonio is in there. Yes, Jesse Lingard is on pens, but he also does cost 0.6 million more. It's up to you, but if you don't have the money or are in for a punt, Jared Bowen is the way to go. Lucas Moura is a brilliant pick which is under the radar right now. I do not understand why people aren't looking at him, but he has a double game week, and if you have a free hit or a wildcard remaining, Lucas Moura is the way to go. Next week is a blank game week. As you see, Tottenham do not play in that week. That's maybe the only worry, that people aren't going for a triple up on Tottenham, but I have no City players and I would not really mind going for that. Traore, I think, is a big trap. He scored 1 goal, 1 assist in the last 2 fixtures, but he has 1 goal, 1 assist in the last 32 also. I am not too keen on Traore. They have good fixtures, but Wolves aren't the best attacking team right now. Again, Lacazette, I would really have liked to go for, but he played the Europa League. He scored goals, but I cannot risk that. I would not suggest someone to risk for that. As for Cavani, Manchester United do not have any strikers right now. I think he will have to play the weekend also, and they play a Burnley side which should bring you points. One more pick that I did not see on this page and I would recommend for anyone looking for differentials is Mason Greenwood. He has the second most shots in the last 4 or 5 game weeks in the box, only behind Mo Salah, and that man can finish. I really think if someone is going for a differential pick, Kai Havertz, Jared Bowen, Lucas Moura are the way to go. I cannot look past them for differential picks right now. I don't think there's much else to talk about this week. Tottenham have a double game week. If you have a triple captain, this is the best time you can use it. Use it on Harry Kane. Do not miss out. I have money in the bank, so my future transfers are pretty much set. I do not have any City players. I only have Tottenham players who blank next week, so I can easily remove one of them and bench one of them. I'll probably remove Son and keep Harry Kane on my bench for next week. But for this week, I think the team looks pretty good. I don't think I need to worry anything about this week anymore. On paper, my team is good, and that's all you can ask for. As for the next part that you're going to see, it's a new series I'm launching. It's called Charlie vs. Mac. It is between me and a friend of mine, and we will just be picking one defender, one midfielder, one forward each, and whoever gets the highest points wins for that week. We have some limitations to make this interesting, like the total cost cannot exceed 20 million. You cannot have two players from the same team, and for this week we decided not to go for Tottenham players because that would be too easy to go for, and because they have a double, so we've limited it to that. And I have some picks in mind, but we'll have a draft format. Let's see who gets the first pick. I hope I get all my picks. This team looks solid, and I hope I do well there. Let's move on to the new series, Charlie vs. Mac. So welcome to the Mac vs. Charlie section of this video. Here we have Mr. Obazet. Please introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Bhavya Mehta, part-time FPL enthusiast, full-time gooner.
So let's get right into it. To begin with,
Let's go.
rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
That's rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
That's a scissor.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yeah,
Okay,
shoot.
go for it.
So defender.
Yeah, let's go for defenders first.
So I'm using up a good amount of my budget for the defender.
Yep.
I'll go for Trent. He's
Who they playing?
Leeds.
Okay.
Bad defense. Like, I don't think I'll get a clean sheet out of this game, but attacking returns are always there.
Should be fine.
Who are you going with?
I have Mr. Soufal playing Newcastle. He's recorded 2 assists recently. I think he'll just keep the form going. Going to be a killer one.
Snake format. You want to go with the mid?
Cool. So my midfielder pick shall be really left of center. I'm choosing Adama Traore.
Did
Versus
not see that
Sheffield.
coming.
Versus Sheffield. He's going to run circles around that defense. Finally hit
Picture and
form.
form on your side.
Only form on my side. 1 goal, 1 assist the whole season. I think he's going to kick on now. I'd hope so.
I
Let's go for that.
would not
Who's your mid?
recommend him for FPL, but yeah, for the 1 week Sheffield game,
For the 1 week punt. Golden 1 week punt.
I think he matches the Mac personality also.
All that muscle mass.
I'll go with a relatively safer mid. I won't go for the safest and go for Jesse. I'll go for his teammate Jared Bowen. Looks like he's playing centre forward.
One of my favorite players gone from me.
Newcastle only, so let's hope Newcastle don't really turn up.
Oh, we'll have two players in that same game. Let's go.
Yeah. ASM and Wilson are back. Let's hope they don't do much.
You didn't feel the need to take a City mid?
City,
Pep Roulette?
Pep Roulette plus Carabao plus FA Cup. I'm done with City for FPL and this.
Arsenal with Zida?
Arsenal, if we did it tomorrow and I knew like more info on the Europa League, probably.
Okay.
And obviously we can't go for Oba type.
Bukayo or Emil Smith Rowe?
Bukayo would be very left field given that he hasn't returned in I don't know how many weeks.
It's coming. It's coming.
So are you going for Laka in your striker?
No.
I'm going for
but
Iheanacho.
you have to choose the striker first. It's Nick.
I'll go for Kelechi.
Kelechi, let's
Inform
go.
He perfect for this kind of game.
Yeah, he will be great. I'm rooting for him. I have been rooting for him.
Well, Leicester playing, I haven't even
West Brom.
seen West. Oh yeah,
Up against West Brom.
West.
Brom.
Oh, I'm in for that. I'm very in for that now. Yeah,
That'll be a great fixture.
This week I haven't really felt the need to look at fixtures and everything. Team is set. Captain is Harry Kane. Don't even need to look at anything.
Expect a nice 3-1 result in that game.
3-1. Mateus.
No, Iheanacho. Iheanacho, bro, all the way.
You're going for Laka?
No. I have my man Bamford against Liverpool.
Ooh.
After the UCL exit, I'm expecting a sudden dip in form.
So another two players we have from this game.
Yeah, they might have good fixtures coming up, but I'm expecting a severe drop in form. I'm putting all my bad luck on them.
Do you think Arsenal are making top 4?
Oh no. Hopeful Europa, but that's also not happening.
West Ham.
No, we're winning Europa though. Sorry, we're making UCL next year.
We'll know more tonight.
Preparing for the Arteta masterclass tonight. Let's go.
So the final picks for me are Kelechi, Bowen, and Trent. And you have
Bamford, Tuchel,
Traore and Tuchel.
Who's the mid?
Traore.
Traore, I said.
Adama, yeah.
So, Bamford, Traore, and Soufal. Let's go.
So what's the total?
It's kind of lopsided on your side. In just terms of player quality.
Quite left field picks. Somewhere
I go
you've
for
gone for fixture, somewhere you've not at all looked at fixture.
Yeah. I'm expecting a nice, let's say 22 points this game week. So between these three players.
You know what the punishment is, right, for next week?
Yeah. That's just for a tiebreaker, bro. At least be optimistic.
Whoever loses, the winner gets to decide the virtual background for the next game.
Yeah.
So
winner gets to choose the background.
Fan, he's an Arsenal fan, so like it might be on those terms.
Yeah.
Let's see. And for the tiebreaker, you just do a random number of points you think these three will get. Whoever's closest wins the tiebreaker.
Closest prediction wins.
How much are you going for?
22.
22.
I'm getting 22.
I have
between the three of them.
I have Bowen and I have Iheanacho. Ooh.
Yeah.
Shall I go big?
Go high or go home. Go big or go
24.
24, okay.
We'll keep LeBron number as the
the middle ground.
That's a proper tie.
It's the middle ground.
Yeah, we keep on with Mac and Charlie then.
Let's go.
So good luck. See you next week.
See you next week.
Enjoy.